What's up, guys? Pretty boring day for me, just like probably the rest of you guys. We're now like 3 weeks into this quarantine, and what I've realized too is when you're out of work like this and you're at home a lot, I mean, I do spend a bunch of time at home anyway, but you notice things more than you did when you weren't here all the time. And one being my neighbor that lives across from me in some townhomes. I don't know them personally. I live in an apartment complex. There's some townhomes across from me, and I'm sure they're fine people. What kind of annoys me is they let their dog outside without them around. They're not in a fenced-in yard, and they just let their dog roam in this kind of open area we have at this apartment complex. They just let it go out and do its business in the yard, and while they're not even outside, they just call for it off their top floor deck. Let me show you guys a little visual so that way you have a better idea of the layout I'm talking about. Right here. There it is. That's where the owners live, right there in that corner unit. I don't know, to me that's just being a super lazy dog owner. Like, if you have a dog, go outside and walk it. Just out, letting it run around, pee on stuff. So as you can see, I feel like that's just laziness if you're a dog owner. Like, I love dogs. I've had many dogs in my day. I grew up on a farm. We had dogs all the time. I've had dogs in town here. I don't have any dogs at this point in my life, but I plan to be a dog owner in the future. I just want to have a home first and a nice proper backyard, so that way, you know, when you let it outside, it has a place to go and roam and where it's safe, not next to an open road where a car could come by or, you know, a pedestrian coming down the sidewalk. Not to mention, when they let their dog out, they're not out there to clean up its business afterwards. I don't know if that's all the time, but that's the way it's been. Moral of the story is here, if you have an animal, be a responsible owner. Take care of business, give it the proper exercise, clean up after it, etc., etc. That's just part of the process when you own an animal. Anyway, that's enough of that rant. You know, we had spring here for a little bit, and then we got another snowstorm. Getting April snowstorms for you guys who live in the other parts of the country, probably a pretty rare thing, but here in Fargo, it happens probably more often than not. But we have had a couple nice days here the last couple days, and it's been warmer, so a lot of it's melting. It's just more of an annoyance at this point. I know the lady and I actually look forward to doing some walks and getting the kid out on the bike as much as we can. And it gives us something to look forward to in this quarantine time. And we're still being safe while we're out there too. You know, we're avoiding people and we're not letting the kid go to the playground. Even though every time that we go out, he always asks to go to the playground and we tell him we can't do it. And you know, it sucks because he's 5, you know, and he wants to go and play, and I don't blame him. But I'm sure there's parents out there that you guys can relate that it's tough having kids during this time, but you want the best for them and you want them to stay safe. I left the PlayStation over at the lady's house just so I could come home today and actually get some work done. I love my PlayStation, but it's kind of a distraction sometimes when you need to get work done, and then it's just so easy to sit down, especially at a time like this. Literally, it's been my social interaction with people. Like, I've got a couple buddies that we've been playing video games with each other for many years, and we've maintained a friendship because of video games. You know, one of my buddies who moved to Arizona for a bunch of years, that's just kind of how we stayed in contact with one another. You know, we'd just meet up online, you know, after the kids went to bed, and we'd just play video games, and we've got a lot of good memories from it. Especially at a time like now, if you haven't played video games online, it's pretty fun, especially when you can have other friends that are doing the same thing. You can just kind of catch up and you're actually accomplishing something together, whether it be a mission to get something done, whether you're solving a puzzle, you know, whatever type of game that it is that you like to play. Playing it with your friends kind of gets that social interaction going, and it makes you kind of forget about what's going on in the world for a little bit. I'm gonna get on my bike and ride over to my girlfriend's place. It just gives me something to do in the meantime while we're doing nothing, and my interaction between people on the ride over there is pretty scarce, so I'm staying safe out there, and I hope you guys are too. We'll check you later.